Welcome back to Keepers on Parade. We're making a stop at a prime Wichita hotspot to hear the history behind this grand symbol of our great city. Learn how a few small ideas turned into something so brilliant as we hear what this artist has to say.
For the keeper at Morris Laing Company, they just said, hey, here's another one, will you do another one? And so it didn't have a home. And funny little story about this keeper is I worked downtown at Pino's Palette when it was in Old Town Square, and I was walking by Morris Laing one day and I said, oh my gosh, there's my keeper in the window, because I'd lost track of it for 4 or 5 years, and I would try to find out where it was, but it was right there down the street from where I worked. For the Morris Laing keeper, I looked at the center of the Kansas flag and chose to do like the sky colors and the ground and the horses and the plow, and so really striations of that Kansas flag are stretched out in the keeper there. But all the colors, I would say the colors for that piece are really based on the Kansas flag, so just kept trying to repeat those. And the headdress, I really like a fancy headdress, thinking of feathers, especially when I do the headdress, so that also has some little details in the headdress that mimic feathers and details of that area. The physical process on this keeper was it had to be done quickly, and I'm a little bit of a slower painter, so it was one of the neat things was when they had the unveiling of all the keepers in the beginning in 2014, I got to do a paint along where people in the community were at the the Mid-America Indian Center, and so they also helped paint a little bit at that process, so that was kind of a fun moment with that keeper. So one of the fun facts about this keeper is the attorneys took it out into the Flint Hills and used it for a wedding and part of the wedding. So I thought that was kind of a special thing. I hadn't seen it for 4 years, and then all of a sudden there it was. And so just walking by is probably the best way I've connected with it, and gone in and take some pictures, and then I've seen little people kind of peek in and look at it too. Oh, it's really fun to see people connect with them, or selfies, or just really, kind of study what's inside the keeper paintings in that area. There's quite a few in Old Town, so that makes it a nice place to go visit quite a few of them. Parts that make this an individual piece for me was really the blending of colors and just the use of the different painting techniques to portray Kansas and what the state of Kansas. I was born and raised here, and born and raised in McPherson, and so just this affinity to the land, and in my own personal style, I love doing landscapes. So in a way, this was bringing landscape to a really large scale.
If this episode inspired you to get a keeper statue of your own, just scan the QR code here on your screen. By following that link, you can find out where all the statues are located and figure out the process of applying to get one of your very own.